Welcome everyone to another episode of Coral Living. As you can see, I don't have my partner beside me, Justin. He's off tonight for some well-deserved R&R, so you just get me. Well, also, I guess you get these two guys here. You get Meditation Man and Crazy Whacked Out on Something guy here. I don't know what to call him. But yeah, these will be my guests. They don't say much, but hey, they look good, right? But yeah, tonight, what I want to talk about is getting up again. I know a lot of you who are out in the self-actualized community trying to make something of your life, trying to do something. You've been knocked down so many times, you wonder to yourself if it's even worth getting up again. But I tell you, it definitely is. I've been knocked down many times in my life. When I think about where I used to be versus where I am now, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It actually gives me chills down my spine to think about the lack of awareness that used to completely consume my life. I used to be on complete autopilot, just doing my tasks, my mundane tasks that I need to accomplish, whether it's work or maybe some chores around the house. And then after busting my hump all week, you get a weekend and you come home and all you do is drink a six-pack, play video games, or watch TV. And you get annoyed if your wife asks you to go out with the kids to go do some task on the weekend, because all you want to do is just sit around and be lazy. You're not really doing anything with your life. And life, it can knock you down. Something bad can happen to you. You can just feel under the weather, and you can let it take you over. And yeah, I guess there is a time to just relax and sit and contemplate on, why am I feeling this way? I think it's okay to be upset. It's okay to stop for a moment and take note of your life. But you do eventually need to get back on that horse again, to go pursue your dreams. What have you been doing lately? Have you been accomplishing the goals that you've set out to accomplish? Every adult, when they get to their middle-aged years, they usually all say the same thing. If I could go back again and look at my, do life over again, man, I would do it different. Oh, the passion I would take. If I could go back to school, I'd be a straight A student, because I know how valuable it is to get good grades or get a degree that amounts to something, or maybe not. It's not in school. Maybe you would have been the next great entrepreneur or something, created something with your hands, or done something, anything artistically, musically. Maybe you would have written something down. You might have written a book. But you're in that same place right now. Nothing's changed. Don't you think, say you're in your 40s right now, don't you think you're going to say the same thing when you get to your 60s? Oh, if I could have done it all over again when I had that energy when I was in my 40s. Because you're not going to have the same energy when you're in your 60s. Are you going to say the same thing then? Oh, if I could have, if I could just take what I know now and put it into that brain, to that, 40 or 50-year-old, and I would have done so much. If you're not doing anything, no, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. What are you doing now? And it gets tough, man. You don't think anyone who's on the self-actualized path, if you're, doing meditation, or you're working out, you're trying to eat healthy, you're doing all these like self-improvement things, you're reading books, you're doing all this stuff. You don't think that gets tiring and exhausting and you don't want to do it? Not every night when I get home from work do I want to go tackle goals. And I guess, there is, there is the odd time where, yeah, okay, it is good to like put some things aside and just relax. But man, we use that as an out way too often. Way too often. Just like, oh, I'm gonna sit and I'm just gonna watch TV tonight. And then it turns into a whole week, a whole month, and a whole year. And what have you done with your year? Your year's gone. What creative aspirations, what side have you yourself, given to reality? What are you showing reality? What are you giving back with this life that you have? Or are you just a consuming robot that just takes in for itself so it can fill its carnal desires? And I know asceticism isn't fun. No one's like, woo! Eating broccoli 24/7 and, working out all the time. And I was with some family members today. We were talking about it. It's not always you're gonna fail. It's not like a beautiful straight up path. You're gonna fall sometimes. It's gonna break on you, the system, but you still gotta push through. That more than ever is the time that you gotta get up and start doing something. Do something different, maybe. Just do something different if it's not working out for you. Because it's messy. Self-actualization is messy. It is a roller coaster where of ups and downs. You're going to push yourself, and you're going to find out that you pushed yourself too far, and you're going to break, and it's not going to work for you. And you're going to have to come back to the table and be like, what did I do wrong? And how can I do that better so I don't end up in the exact same position that I just fell into? Because I don't want to do that again. And you're going to have to tweak it. You're going to have to work with it. But you can't just give up. What are you going to go back to? What are you going back to? Do you want to be the old, completely autonomous human that doesn't care? Or you don't care about anything. You're just on complete autopilot, just, doing the bare minimum that life requires for you. That sucks. That's not fun. And it leaves you feeling completely empty. And there's no reward there. Though that instant gratification you get from consuming whatever carnal pleasure it is you're after in that moment, it's not giving you what you really want. It's when you battle through a tough position, when you spend late nights working on something, and you get that little gem of reward. And don't worry, you're gonna have failure. I've worked on things to get nothing in return. Spent whole weekends thinking, oh, this is a great idea, and I'm gonna present this to someone, and hopefully they're gonna love it, and it's gonna work out for me. And then it doesn't work out at all, and it totally comes crashing down. But it wasn't all for naught, because I learned how to build, resilience and problem solve and work through a situation. And I've maybe picked up a few new skills along the way to add inside of my toolbox. So even in your failures, you're still going to gain all the good that can come from them. So keep building more skills. Keep putting more into that toolbox. And eventually, no matter what, in some ugly fashion, it'll somehow work out towards something. It might not be exactly what you had in mind or what you wanted, but it'll be something. And it's great it's an amazing feeling when you actually set out to do a hard task that you didn't know if you could do it or not. And then you did it. It's an amazing feeling. And it is definitely nice to get, accolades and people, tell you that, oh, you did such a fantastic job on that, and it was such a good thing. But that's not always the case. Probably more often than not, you're not going to get that. But what's more important is that you know you did it. You did it when no one else is doing it. Because there's a lot of people out there, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. But you did it. You pushed out and you accomplished something. It was for you. It's not for them. So, with all that said, do you need to get back up again? Have you been knocked off the horse? Well, maybe this video, maybe you stumbled across this video. And hopefully maybe there was something motivational inside of here that you can use to help you get back up again. Get back on the horse. And keep going. Everyone has something to contribute to this crazy reality that we are living in. We are living in fascinating times. It literally feels like reality is like inventing new ways of being constantly. And where do you fit into that? Where is your spot inside of that? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Check out all my links in the description box. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, share it with a friend. And everybody, until next time, stay spiritual.